What's up, Orcamaniacs, and welcome to Dubl Drbl, episode number 22. Our title today is entitled Hidden Gem, and the reason for that is we pretty much found a hidden gem at a combine. Like, we didn't know who this guy was, we didn't know where he came from, but we got him. Before we jump into that, I got two things I want to talk about. Number one, you could see bags under my eyes, and someone's dog doesn't agree with me. But I haven't slept in 2 days. My family went through something very traumatic 2 days ago. My son's mom and his apartment burned down on Friday. So it's been really difficult. I just wanted to personally put myself out there and say thank you to all of you guys that reached out to me, gave me some good encouragement, has been talking to me over the last couple of days. So thank you so much. And thank you to all the viewers that have reached out to us as well, whether it's offering GoFundMe's or whatever it was. Thank you so much. And like Coach told me, you know, God protected them, and he has a plan for things to come. So just remember that in life, you guys. Things are going to happen sad and amazing. So now we got the sad out of the way. Thank you so much. Let's get to the amazing. Before I do that, let's introduce my panel here. I got my dude George to the side, rocking the champ gear. I got my hologramic GA over here with his Laker gear as well. We got the coach down there. We're all rocking the Lakers, and Doc is back. I am so happy that Doc is back. Doc, we freaking missed you. Welcome back. Absolutely.
Welcome back.
Doc, what
We missed
jersey you
that
wearing?
somehow. Absolutely.
Are you wearing the Kobe jersey?
Got that special
I missed
jersey.
you guys. Yes,
Look
I
at
am
this.
wearing.
Look
With
at
the
that.
autograph
What?
on there. With
Yeah.
the autograph.
We lost our guest.
And let me just be clear that says love, Kobe.
Watch out.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. We kind of lost our guest. Let me see what happened to him. I'll wait for him to come back.
This phone probably
Before he
died or
comes
something.
back, here he comes. All right. And because just returning to us, all the way from freaking Brooklyn, New York, here's our hidden gem himself, Mr. Jamani Spencer. Welcome to the Orcas, Jamani.
What's going on, man? Sorry, my iPad just died on me on the charger, so I don't even know. I'm gonna have to take this to the Apple store, but
Oh no.
it's nice to be here.
Been there, brother. Dude, it's cool to have you, man. It was, I mean, when Coach told us about you a couple shows ago, he's like, hey, we got this new kid that we saw. I was like, okay, cool. You know, you went to a combine, you saw a bunch of people. This kid sounds good. And then we had that tournament, and it was super cool. George and myself got to go down there, and we got to meet you, you know, and we got to see you in action. Bro, you remind me of a young Allen Iverson.
And we put a mix together.
What?
And
What was
we
that,
put a
George?
mix together.
Yes,
We put
definitely.
a basketball mix together.
Check out the highlight reel that George made. It's on our Instagram. It's on our Orcas media page Instagram as well at Orcas_media_team. Check that out. It's super, super cool. 2 minutes of straight awesomeness. So let's get into it, my brother. All right. So first off, just let us know a little bit about you, you know, little background from childhood to maybe now. Girlfriend, wife, family, whatever, where you from, all that good stuff, and we'll bounce off of that, bro.
All right. So I am originally from Closter, New Jersey, which is a small town in Bergen County, New Jersey. I moved to California when I was a freshman in high school. I went to Crespi Carmelite High School for 1 year, and then I spent 3 years at Sierra Canyon High School, where we won a league championship, which was, you know, really exciting for me. After that, after high school, I continued my career at Brewster Academy, which is a prep school out in New Hampshire, Wolfboro, New Hampshire. And I played with some really great guys there. One guy you might know, Donovan Mitchell, the Utah Jazz now. So that was a really great learning experience for me. I didn't get a lot of playing time in that environment, but, you know, with guys like that, you can see why, you know. So it was really great for me to grow my game there and become, you know, the player I always thought I could be. And after that, I went on to walk on at Pepperdine University as a freshman. So that was also another great turn for me. After that, I decided to focus more on my academics. So I went on to Worcester Polytechnic Institute, which is an engineering school in Massachusetts. And after that, I tried to go pro, but I hurt myself the first year, and the second year we got crushed with Corona and all this. So I'm really just blessed with to have this opportunity to play, play the game I love again.
Yeah, it's so cool, man. Back to your education, man. What you said engineering. What kind of engineering were you looking into?
I was looking into management engineering, which is kind of like business version of engineering, which is like more or less just management for engineers. Is more the easy road out on engineering. I'm not gonna lie, but it was definitely tough education.
Oh, I bet you got to get. People don't give engineers enough credit, man. You guys go through a lot of training. That's pretty cool. What can you tell me a little bit of difference between, basketball life on the East Coast and basketball life down here?
So, one thing I'd say definitely about basketball life on the East Coast, it's definitely more aggressive, definitely more at the rim, more than I would say West Coast players are more finesse, skill, and they'll shoot the ball a lot. Where East Coast, it's more strong ball for sure. And having both of those experiences under my belt, it really helps me as a player. Be able to do different things on the court.
Okay. You said you tried to go pro one time. Did you ever have any tryouts with any teams that we would know about?
I didn't have any tryouts. I was at a couple of combines, and then I hurt my wrist pretty bad and my ankle. So I really just had to step away from trying to go pro to get myself back at the right level to be able to play.
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently combines is your thing because that's where we found you. So it's all good, brother. It just takes one, man. It just takes one coach noticing you. You never know where it's gonna go, right?
Yes, sir.
Just like your quote says, I'm a big guy. I'm big on quotes. There was a quote on your Instagram. I don't know if it was yours, but it just says pretty much straight to the point. We are masters of our own destiny. And you said you tried out, you didn't make it. You've done a lot of combines, nothing, and now look at you, bro. You're gonna be more than likely be one of our starting guards, and I think that's amazing.
Wow. Yeah. So that's actually something my father has always said to me and instilled in me as a man. Mm-hmm. It's that we control where we end up. You make decisions and you make choices, but you and other people can affect those things. Mm-hmm. But you're always in control of where you end up in your world. So it's definitely passed down.
Absolutely. So we're taking words from dad, which I think is awesome. It's always good to have that mentor figure. What other, do you have a big family, small family? Like I said, girlfriend, wife, kids, anything like that?
So I have a pretty large family. It's me, my mom, my sister, and my dad. But then I have 4 half brothers, a stepmom, and 2 step grandparents. I have a very beautiful girlfriend that I love, and that's about it.
Awesome.
But it does turn into it seems like a lot of people when everybody gets in close quarters.
Hey, as long as you got a big family, as long as people can be tight knit with each other, that's all that matters. We met your girlfriend; she was super, super sweet to us. So, shout out to you, sir. Good job. Basketball is not the only thing you do, right, sir? We've seen pictures of other things on your Instagram that I think you should talk about. If you don't, I will. You're a model, or you were a model. What's that all about?
Oh yes, I for sure model. Right now I'm signed to a mother agency called 10X Talent with a great agent named Lathan Ford. He's a great guy. Really been taking me under his wing on the modeling end. It's something I did as a child, but it's something I'm trying to get back into now, and it's exciting. I'm also a lacrosse coach. I coach lacrosse at Sierra Canyon High School in middle school, actually, and that has helped me as an athlete tremendously, just to understand, the coaching player perspective on both ends. What's needed from a coach and what's expected from a player.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that being in lacrosse, does that help or does that push some of the aggressiveness that I've seen you with on the court?
100%. Yeah. Lacrosse is a super aggressive sport. Not many people know too much about it, but it's a hybrid of what I would say soccer, football, and basketball. So it has all the physicality of football, all the technicality of basketball, and the conditioning for a soccer field for sure. So, you know, that sport is something that a lot of people should, you know, really look into putting their kids into. It's great. I'm not gonna say anything poor about it because it's really changed my trajectory as an athlete for sure.
That's pretty cool. I also noticed, I got a couple more things and I'll pass it to the panel. I noticed a picture of AI on your Instagram as well. Like I said, when I saw you play, you reminded me of a young AI. Is he the one that you know, do your game after, or who do you model your game after that you think?
I am a New Jersey local. So as a kid, I grew up, me and my dad taking trips out to Philly to watch AI. That guy, he is, I want to say, one of my main muses as an athlete, not only for what he was able to do on the court, but just his individuality and him never backing down from his character and being his true self. That it just speaks, you know, volumes to a young African-American player like myself. I also model my game heavily after guys like Steph Curry, just being technically sound and trying to take all of these small variations out of my game. Guys that are exciting like Kyrie Irving that, you know, can just, you know, take it to another level. And I'm going to have to say Devin Booker and Jamal Crawford is my last on my 5-man list.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. One last thing. I also noticed that you do the X versus X tournament, and that's very close to somebody on our panel over here. So can you tell us about how that came?
Someone.
Yeah, how that came to be, and how you like it? Do you want to do it again? Like, how's that?
Yeah, the X versus X is really, you know, it's crazy because I found that at a park in a local park in California. I was hooping out there with my best friend and one of the kids that I trained. I was trying to get him some live play experience just at a random park, and we're playing, and I meet this guy. His name is Devon Gillies, I'm pretty sure. And he introduced me to the X versus X app and all of the opportunities that they have on there. And it's really a great platform for basketball and, you know, getting live play, getting opportunities to play.
Absolutely. We have someone on our panel here that's very good friends with Meta World Peace and knows all about the X versus X. So I'm going to let her talk to you right now. Go ahead, Doc. Let him know.
Well, I love Meta, but I wouldn't say we're really good friends. I respect him a lot, and he's a great guy. But it's not like we're like hanging out, having drinks on Thursday night or anything like that. Just to be clear. But X versus X is awesome. It has been a godsend during this time because so many people need that outlet of basketball and that exercise and that team sport for their mental, physical, emotional health. And so it has been really amazing. So I'm glad that you got connected with that. Are you in California right now, or are you in New Jersey right now?
I'm in New York right now. I'm in Brooklyn. I'm actually training to franchise my aunt's restaurant right now. So that's why I'm here. But I'm also training for, you know, basketball and all that as well.
So X versus X is live at Rucker Park right now and at other locations in New York. So if you want to join some of the runs, I could definitely connect you with the right people to be able to do that.
There you go.
Okay, awesome. I'm definitely interested in that. Thank you.
Yeah, and anybody else that wants to play, they can download X versus X Sports in your app store and make a profile showing your skills and your experience, and then you can reach out to game hosts. And if you look under, there's where you can rate, or where you can see the highest rated players and the highest rated hosts, and you can just reach out to hosts like me and we can get you into some games. And Jamani, I wanted to know, Donovan Mitchell's my guy. Like, I don't know him, but I would like to. I think
Okay.
he's amazing. Just something. He's just so bright. Like I'm so drawn to people who just radiate light, and I feel like Donovan Mitchell is one of those players that he just like has like a light beam attached to him. You know. So what was it like playing with him?
Honestly, I'm gonna say this: Donovan Mitchell was not the best player on that team at that time, but you knew that he was going to be. He is one of the hardest working, most focused players I've ever known. And seeing the level that he dedicates himself to his craft, I always knew that he was going to be in the NBA. There's a couple more guys on that team that I thought was going to be there with him, but he was definitely one of those guys you always knew, like, he's focused and his mindset is focused on what he wants to achieve. So
yeah, you just feel that about him. Other guy, number one guy is Jimmy Butler, then Rondo, then Donovan Mitchell.
I love Jimmy
Gilbert's laughing.
too.
Why are we laughing, G?
Because they just played against each other, Butler and Rondo.
I know.
Yeah.
It was
On
great.
top, just saying. Anyway.
Before we go on, so I have a question for you, Doc.
Yes.
Since you love Jimmy Butler, since you said it just now, would you buy one of his coffee mugs for $20 a cup that he's selling like in the bubble? Would you have bought it?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's right. I thought that was so cute. I thought that was a really great idea, like something to just kind of like give him that sense of doing something more than just sitting around in the bubble, right?
Right, yeah.
Exactly. And then like he also said like when they won, if they would have won that championship, he was gonna up the price to like $50 a cup.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I'm good, bro. I'm not a coffee drinker, but
Drink coffee either.
I love the idea that he actually had just so he could keep himself busy in the bubble, because there's not much to do at the bubble anyway.
Definitely. What do you like to do to keep yourself busy, Jamani, when you're not playing basketball?
I'm not playing basketball to keep myself busy. I'm probably going to be spending time with my girlfriend, because I don't see how any other way I would be able to hold on to her. But other than that, I'm usually watching TV, studying something. I like to, learn something new every day. So I'll just, and it doesn't matter what it is. I just love, being able to learn and, still growing my mind and things like that. So that's usually what I'm going to be doing if I'm not in the gym or, working on a business project.
Cool. What's your go-to show?
I want to ask
I'll get
you a question. With that being said, what do you usually put your focus on? Because like you sound like a guy that's just really strong-minded. So when you do study something, what do you usually look into?
So that's also, one of my biggest flaws is that I'm always thinking of something new. And myself to go do or, drag myself out of bed to do. So basketball has always been something that just comes natural to me as wanting to get better and wanting to focus on those type of things. But other things that I focus on is really mindset things, dude. It's like meditation, clearing your mind, refocusing your mind, and putting your mind in a position to get the things done that you want to achieve. So that's really where I, put most of my focus is on fixing my mind space and clearing my mind space.
That's great, because nowadays that's the hardest to do, because we have so many distractions just around us with our phone, television, just
social media.
Exactly.
So that's great.
That's actually one of the best things that you can do. From my perspective, basically what I do is I take elite athletes and I help find ways to sync their bodies and their minds to make them better, to get their game to the next level. And one of the best ways to do that is through meditation, because you're able to access a higher level of thinking than you would normally just by what we do by playing basketball. It's a very high dopamine creating activity, and dopamine and serotonin are complete opposites. Serotonin is our calm and our content, happy molecule. Dopamine is that go, go, go. Like, drink a cup of coffee, I'm ready to go conquer the day kind of feeling. But it gets addictive. So when we're like always on Instagram or we're always training, we're like very dopamine addicted. So then it's very hard for us to access that higher level of cognition, that higher level of thinking. So when we do things like meditation or learning a new language or learning an instrument, something that it takes like a while to see like some sort of like gratification, something that's long standing to learn, then we access that higher level of thinking. And through that higher level of thinking, we can make connections physiologically and neurologically with our bodies and our game and bring everything together, and you get those aha moments. You ever have like those aha moments where you're like, how come I never thought of that before? Like, I could have just passed it like this, or I could have done this, and that's there every single time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that creates like super athletes where you have that mind and that body working together at the highest level. And meditation also will help your body to heal. So physiologically and mentally, and emotionally, you're gonna be at that highest level. And I mean, who's the perfect person to show that that's what makes you the greatest, that makes you super, is Kobe. He played piano. He spoke like 3 different languages. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was on his mental game. It wasn't just physical.
Mamba mentality.
Right.
Continue doing that. That's the best thing that you can do.
Thank you.
There you go. Now we're going to be checking up on you, see if you're going to be doing those things. We're going to randomly Instagram you
As we
make
speak.
sure you're doing it. You said you didn't go pro until now, obviously. But you have played in many places. Can you name a couple of the places that you've played at?
A couple of the places that I played at.
Like maybe just big name
honestly,
places.
I played at the basketball, what's it called? The Basketball Hall of Fame. I played at most of I played in the Drew League a little bit. I played in every California tournament there's ever been.
Cool.
I honestly am drawing a blank on anything good.
No, like out of country, out of state, besides New York, obviously.
I played in Nashville.
Oh, cool.
I'm really bad with geography. I'm not gonna even lie.
That's not good being a professional athlete.
Worse.
You're gonna be traveling.
I couldn't tell you where I was. I know. Goodness
That's
gracious.
funny. That's funny.
How about what's
Now I
your
have to get back to
favorite place to play?
One of the favorite places to play?
Yeah.
I'm honestly like a big kid, so one of my favorite places to play is the local park. I just love, getting out there with regular people and younger kids and being able to, help their game and help my game and just keep energy copacetic and really just good energy. Like, I love a good competitive game too. Trust me, I hate to lose more than anybody else, and I just I need to be competing, but it feeds my soul and my happiness when I'm playing in those environments and I can share and we can all just be in an environment of feeling like we're growing the competitive culture instead of competing against each other, So that's really where I'm happy.
Yeah, you clearly showed that 2 weeks ago at the tournament.
Yeah.
Like I could tell from the way you play, like you hate to lose. You'll do anything you can to win ball games, and that's what I love about you, because I see you play both ends of the court. Like, you were guarding like the best point guard in the final round. Like, you were guarding White Iverson, and you show no mercy, and that's what I love about you.
Oh yeah.
That's
definitely
he was
100%.
like feeling competitive, huh? You were like,
Yeah.
Iverson's my guy, not your guy. So
Exactly. I'm Iverson, all right?
Isn't it so ironic that, like I said, White Iverson, and you're one of your favorite guys to watch is Allen Iverson?
That is
exactly Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was like, I'm Iverson. Let me
Yep.
show you White Iverson.
Hey, I'm the one with the number 3 on my back.
Yeah,
Let me show you why I'm number 3.
Exactly.
You're gonna be rocking the 3 with Oxnard, right? Is that the plan? You're rocking the 3.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I'm down for it. Let's do
Definitely.
it. If it's available, I'm taking it.
Oh, you're getting it.
All right.
Funny,
So,
actually, when
Question now.
when Kobe signed this jersey for me, when he gave me this jersey, this was like 98, 99, right? I was wearing Iverson's, and we played one-on-one for 2 weeks, and I
Wait, one-on-one with who?
with Kobe.
Okay, gotcha. Got it.
Yeah, he looked down at my shoes and he was like, Iverson, really? That big rivalry.
Hey, Jamani, I want to ask you another question, man. When it's all said and done, do you ever see yourself coaching?
Oh yeah, 100% for sure. I got into coaching last year for real, and I had that experience coaching lacrosse, and it just made me so hungry to be able to coach basketball because I'm so much more technically available for basketball than I am for lacrosse, because lacrosse was something I started way later in my career. So it was something I was more or less just teaching the kids, mindset, mentality, and, how to be a good teammate. But on the basketball end, there's so much more I can teach, and I'm excited to be able to have that opportunity if it presents itself.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully one day you'll get
For
that
sure.
opportunity, man. Another question
Go
to
ahead.
ask you.
Yeah, man.
What's your top 5 players of all time, bro? Like, if you
Really
could pick,
took my question.
have your all
Top 5
any players
all
that you
time. That's a hard question,
We got time.
because there's guys that I like because of their special, abilities. But then there's some guys that are just undeniably great at what they've done, what they've been able to do. But my
All right.
top 5 players of all time, I'm going to have to go with Michael Jordan.
Wait. One Michael Jordan.
Which Michael Jordan?
Ooh, which Michael Jordan?
Are you talking about Wizards Michael Jordan?
No way. I'm talking about Bulls, 96 Jordan, for sure.
Okay.
The
Allen
number
Iverson.
23 Michael Jordan or the number 45 Michael Jordan?
Ooh, 23 for sure. 45 doesn't hit like 23. We all know that.
All right, we got
But
Jordan on the
definitely,
list.
Okay.
Jordan, Allen Iverson,
Okay. Don't say which I.
Kobe Bean Bryant, Kobe Bean,
All guards.
LeBron James, undeniable. Can't say anybody else. And my
Look at that.
favorite player of all time.
That's only because you were working at Sierra Canyon. You had to put LeBron in there.
He's doing it. I can't even say he's not. I don't like him like that, but he's doing it. And I can't say he's not.
He will never
I say the
be
fifth
Kobe.
is who's the 5th top player of all time? Magic? I wouldn't say Magic. All right, honestly, I said Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant.
You go to Kevin
I
Durant.
give it to Kevin.
All right.
I love Kevin.
All right.
I love him.
So no bigs, huh?
So I'm guessing you will have.
I'm a small guard. Who do you want me
I
to
know
say?
you're a guard, but you don't. You
need a big.
need a big.
Those
Give us
guys are
one
just
big.
tall.
One big. One big.
That's what we tell them.
Give me.
Kareem for sure then.
Yes.
Yes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's a real goat.
Yeah.
He's a real goat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool. I want to.
Spinning off.
Go ahead, George. It's all you.
You're gonna say something, George? I was gonna backtrack
So-
really quick. You were talking
Alright.
about wanting to coach. Coach Don, do you have any advice that you want to give Jamani if he does pursue this opportunity?
What he said earlier is just the right mindset, and just seeing Jamani at the combine and also the tournament, the way he interacted with new players that he's never played with is key. Like that shows a true mindset of a coach, because what he said earlier is he got the mindset of what a coach needs from a player and vice versa. And he already got good experience, especially with young kids.
Mhm.
And middle school, ain't easy, especially teaching sport. So I'm assuming most of those players never played lacrosse because lacrosse isn't big out here like it is. It's huge back east, but out here it's not big, especially middle school wise. So he's doing good things. He's eloquent. He's well spoken. So he's going to be able to communicate to all different type of players. And he's, as long as, like I said, when you've asked me and other Zooms, if you have the heart for the player to be better in all aspects, you're going to be a great coach. That's it.
Well, so Jamani, after hearing that, how do you feel and what do you think?
Feel good, man. I feel like that's my mindset, and it's definitely something I'm open to doing. I don't know what else to say about coaching, but I'm definitely excited for the opportunity if it presents itself.
Well, I got a random question since you're talking about coaching. What do you think about all the first-year coaches that the NBA has been doing the last couple of years? Like Jason,
Especially
Kidd.
Frank Vogel.
Yeah. Well, but he hasn't he coached. I mean, like players that become coaches, like a couple of years out. How do you feel about that?
Nash.
Yeah, Steve Nash. And you're Brooklyn, so
I think it's a great idea. As a player, I always respect coaches that I know could do the things they're asking me to do. It's always easier to listen to a guy that has done it. But I think there's always that aspect of what have you done. So for like Jason Kidd and Frank Vogel and stuff like that, the only thing I would just be conscious of or cognizant of is the level of experience that they've actually achieved, the level of greatness that they've achieved to be respected by the other players. Not like I would have a problem with anybody coaching me. Mm-hmm. I'm saying there's some guys at that level, are asking the coach, why are you coaching me? Mm-hmm. So I think it's a great idea. I think that players respect other players that, have played and can show that they are knowledgeable of the game and can coach. But I don't think that, first-year coaches are getting any kind of, special treatment or any kind of derogatory treatment because of, them being a first-year coach. I think they just have to prove it like everybody else.
Yep. No, I love that answer.
Hey, Jamani, is there a particular coach that you kind of look at when you're watching a game and see how they go out about the game, like throughout the game, how they make plays and how they adjust?
Their style of coaching?
Yeah. Is there a certain style you'd like?
I haven't really studied coaches, but the only coach that I can say that I've, seen anything of is Eric Spoelstra. And I'm not going to lie, I love that he came up through the system, through the program, that he, was the video guy, was just doing that, and then slowly was put in place. Yeah, was slowly put in place to be the head coach, because that just shows you that this guy is doing the job that he says he's doing. There's nobody that gave him the job because, he could have been possibly good for it. He worked for those jobs. He worked for that job that he got as a video coordinator. He worked for the next job, and he worked for the job after that. So, anybody that puts the work in, I can appreciate that.
Absolutely. With that said, if you could play for any coach, either past or present, who would it be and why?
Coach Don, for sure.
Hey.
Don's like, you better say me. He said, you better say me.
Easy answer.
Because I brought you in and I could put you out.
That's by far the best answer you've ever heard on 22 shows.
The best answer I've heard on all 20.
That's a smart man.
See? I got you.
Well played, sir.
All right.
Well played. Well played.
So, Jamani.
You got something?
So, Jamani, I have a question for you, spinning off Gilbert's question, but it's going to be a totally different question. So,
therefore, it's not Gilbert's question. Go ahead.
So, since you're the point guard, right? Who is your Mount Rushmore in terms of point guards in any era?
Y'all are making them
I
real
already know you said like one of them, but
He said
who's
AI.
AI.
yeah.
AI.
So who are those other 4 point guards that you would put on your Mount Rushmore?
I gotta put Chris Paul on there because about 5 years ago I was the biggest Chris Paul fan that ever walked the earth. I'm gonna say Jason
White
Williams,
chocolate.
White Chocolate. Gotta respect it. Stephen Curry, game changing point guard. Gotta respect it. Ooh, who else should I say?
Yeah, 2 more.
I gotta say, point guards.
What about Kyrie
I guess I have to
Irving?
say Magic. Magic. Now I have to say Magic for point guards because
Yeah, you have to say Magic.
As a big point, yeah, he did it. He did it for sure. So I'll give Magic this one.
He brought Showtime, man. So I mean,
Exactly.
he brought Showtime.
Yeah.
Without that, there's not going to be like a lot of point guards that are the point guards that we see today. That's why I say like Magic is like one of the goatest point guards I ever watched because of how he could display his skill set on the court.
Not only that,
he built the foundation for
played
sure.
center for one of the finals games.
Plays all 5 positions. So if you
Yeah.
put him at center, he'll play that center position like he did against the Celtics. I forgot
Yeah.
which year, but yeah, he could do it all.
Yeah, for sure.
Bring that Magic. I got another random question. If you were handed a open contract for the NBA right now to play for any team, who would it be and why?
The Orcas.
That's already up there. That's a
Roy, didn't you say NBA?
He
You
said
said NBA?
NBA.
NBA.
Come on, dog.
ABA,
Oh,
you
he's
have
have to be the
We're not
Brooklyn
letting you
Nets.
go.
For sure.
pick the Nets. Watch.
Because KD, Kyrie, and my entire family lives here, so
Another good
play in
answer.
front of the hometown, and everybody you love. There's nothing better than that.
All right.
Yeah, and you'll be playing with 2 superstars.
There you go.
Under
Well, they'll be playing with him.
Nash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Under Steve Nash, that was a
Yeah,
point
Steve
guard.
Nash be your boy. That's right. Steve Nash be the boy.
Yeah.
Steve Nash.
We won't
Forgot
tell
about
that he wasn't on your Mount Rushmore. top
Exactly. Don't tell me from the list.
Oh,
Doc
See,
back.
that's why I asked that
Witness
point guard
Doc.
question because it's so hard to like name the top 5 point guards these days because there's
There's so many point guards, man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's hard.
Oh, I got one.
Go for it.
So Jamani, like I
Yeah.
already told you 2 weeks ago, like before the tournament game in Corona, I told you like I want to see like some good point guard skill set out of you, man.
I
And
remember
you
that.
clearly
I got
did
you.
it, and you made my video so damn great.
Yeah, you did.
So out of all those highlights that you saw in that video, which highlight was your favorite play and why? Talk to me,
Are you
buddy.
trying to plug
Talk,
yourself?
brother.
George? Jesus, come on.
I'm not gonna lie, it was probably one of the steals, honestly, because there was a moment there I was getting going, and I had probably like 3 back-to-back steals, and that's always great because that brings me up, brings the team up, and it just makes everybody feel good. That we're just taking advantage of the other team, honestly.
You
So
almost got a steal on White Iverson too.
I was right there, man.
You were right there.
That's why I
I
wanted it, too.
was gonna add that too. I was gonna add that levity, and I was gonna put a slow
wanted
motion.
it.
Yeah, man, I could tell too. You
was
were
waiting on
Patrick
that
Beverly
big
on
crossover.
that one, bro.
Yeah.
You Patrick Beverly, Mr. 94 feet over here.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right? Seriously. And what people aren't mentioning is he's also a lefty, which is also a big, big plus. So I'm just throwing that out there. So your
And
3 game is straight gold, my friend. That's all I'm going to say. That's the first thing I noticed on you.
Hey, his 3-point shooting was hot.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my
I'm trying to
goodness.
get like Drewski, man. I'm just trying to get like Drewski,
I don't know
man.
about that.
Do you and Drewski have a – yeah, I don't know if you could play like Drewski, like hitting from the logo, man. That's why, like, I came up with the name Logo Drew for Drewski 2 weeks ago, and he actually loved it.
Logo Drew, that's sick.
Yeah, Jamani's
He
going to
hit
be
like
the
13 or 14 threes
He did.
in that one recent highlight in that game, in that one game against that
Yeah.
Asian team.
Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? So like when I was making Jamani's highlight, there was like a couple of highlights I missed out on Drew
You're
that
fired.
I was totally disappointed. But you know what? It is what it is. It was a good enough,
Okay. Coach
you know,
had something. I
highlight.
saw him popping in there. Yep.
But yeah, Jamani, you're a very good shooter, and I know you and Drewski are gonna like compete to see who's the best shooter eventually
We're
down
gonna
the
get
road.
Drewski back. So
Mr.
Hey,
Yeah.
Flash Brothers over
Jamani,
here.
Jamani, with that being said, how do you feel playing with them? Like, cause I think Coach mentioned it earlier that it was your first time getting to play with these guys. So, how did you feel matching up with them?
No, I really enjoyed it. You know, it's always great when you're in an environment with guys that are good natured. You could tell all those guys are, really good guys. And there's nobody in there, had a bad attitude or bad energy. And if
No
that's the
ego.
if that's the environment, I can fit in real well because I'm always bringing good energy and I'm bringing a lot of energy. So if guys are, upset, they're probably going to be upset with me. And if they're having a good time, we're probably going to have a good time together.
Right, definitely. With
Yeah.
that being said,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel when the season does start, what's the most things that you're looking forward to on this team?
One, just being around the guys, making new friends, growing a new community. Two is getting on the floor, getting wins, and that's about it. Getting wins, honestly. That's what it's about.
You just mentioned a
Great.
certain word. You mentioned the word community. We do a lot of community events with this team. We just did the pillow drive recently, and it was absolutely awesome. Um, have you done community work before? And if so, what kind of community work do you think you could possibly pitch to like for Ron or Coach for the Orcas to do in the city of Oxnard?
I've definitely done my share of community work. I'm upset that I missed the pillow drive. I didn't know about it until I was already booked to come out here. But I've actually my cousin started a homeless feeding the homeless program where she takes donations and goes out every Saturday to places in the LA area and feeds the homeless. So it's called Feed the Homies. And, I've been, integral in that, not integral, but integrated in that, for some time now. And, I also, while I was in Massachusetts, worked on a housing the homeless project for a little bit. So I've always, had my hand in, helping the community. But some new ideas to pitch for the Orcas, I'm gonna have to, get back to you on. Let me get my idea book together, and I'll get you something good.
Awesome. That's so cool. I mean, you could already tell that from what you were saying about just going to the park and playing with the regular people and helping the kids and how you like to see them shine, like you help people shine, you bring out their assets and help them with some of their weaknesses. And I can just imagine you doing that. And I think that's really, really cool. And it gives a glimpse of like how you feel about being a coach, and like kind of gives a little glimpse, even though we have never seen you coach, like what type of coach you would be. And definitely, it's not a Bobby Knight, so that's good.
God,
And
I can't see you like that. Yeah.
One question: what would you, when we pass, we all are remembered for something. Like, what would you like your legacy to be?
Wow. When I pass, I think I want my legacy to be
I know
honestly,
it's a question for just like spur of the moment.
I think I just want people to remember me that I had great energy and I made everybody feel better about their situation. Honestly, I just help people get better. Honestly, I helped you be better than you were yesterday. If you can remember me as somebody that helped you do that, or that's what I'm remembered for, even in the smallest aspects of somebody's life, I feel like that's enough.
And you clearly showed it on the court with your assist too. So
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to add that up there too.
And
As well.
also, just by
Leading by example.
talking to you
He
the
was
last
dropping
couple weeks.
dimes 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and you could tell just by talking to him the last couple of weeks that he's just an overall super cool guy. So that will carry over to your fans. That'll carry over to the kids you coach and stuff like that. So keep that up. We got about 10 minutes left. This is the part, Jamani, where we usually go around square to square and we give everybody one last question, kind of like a Jerry Springer's final thought. I don't know if you're too young for that, but I'm putting that out there. So I guess I'm Jerry. So I'll start. My final question for you is, if for some reason you were not doing basketball, what sport would you be doing and why?
Ooh.
What sport would I be doing? I would probably be playing baseball, I want to say. One, because I actually played 4 sports. I played baseball, basketball, football, and lacrosse. I say baseball because I'm the best center fielder you've ever seen. I just couldn't hit that well, so
I work with Mike Trout.
I gave it up.
I don't know. I work at Angel Stadium.
Chasing it down.
I thought you were gonna say like you were the pitcher.
Now I did pitch too, but the lefty arm wasn't.
That's true. You
wasn't
got
what
the
it should have
lefty
been.
arm.
Yeah,
That is
but
true.
football, I always thought it was just a little bit too dangerous.
Okay.
And then lacrosse, there's no professional platform for that, so I honestly took that as far as it could go. And then, yeah, baseball for sure.
What position?
If there was no basketball.
And what position did you play in football? Were you the wide receiver, quarterback, running back?
And I played every single position in football except for kicker.
Really? So you're saying you were a linebacker?
Punt returner, kick returner, linebacker, safety, corner, wide receiver, running back, quarterback, everything but the line, basically.
Was this
Hey,
Pee-
Jamani.
Cameraman, coach.
This is freshman year. What are you talking about? He's like, is this Pee-wee?
He's humble, though. He's humble about it.
Exactly.
Freaking
Hey,
awesome.
watch Doc. Doc has some side jokes.
gonna
for you,
get you,
so
bro.
you better get used to that. She
All right,
gets
but
me all the time.
we're gonna go to you next, George. Since you started, I'm gonna go to you next. Go ahead.
All right, Jamani, since you said that you were like a big Iverson fan, what was your favorite Iverson highlight out of all the highlights that you've seen out of him? Because I know there's so many.
Say,
Man, it either have to be him getting Jordan or him stepping over Tyronn Lue.
do it.
Oh!
That's the cold man.
Whoa! Hey, man, don't bring me back.
Man.
Brought that back.
That's when he
wanna
dropped
say anything
48
about the
points in
Lakers,
game
but-
one and took stolen home court advantage out of us. I remember that night. I was so heated. I was mad.
That's
didn't
a
wanna,
bad,
like,
bad
I turned my TV off after he made that shot. I was like, oh, this game is over.
yeah.
So I knew
For
that
sure.
Kobe's gonna like bring the juice next game. So, you know.
There it
Kobe-
We all knew what it was gonna be, but that was a day. He had a day that day.
Oh yeah.
is.
Ty Lue was our best defender too.
Yeah, it was. He schooled the crap out of us. All right, coach, go ahead.
Yep.
Well, there's only one answer. It's AI on Jordan, but I'll just leave it like that. Actually, I just heard an interview with AI about that stepping over Ty Lue, and he says he hates it. He hates being remembered because he loved Ty Lue. That was his boy, and he didn't did it until he saw the video. And he says he hates watching it every time he does it, and he wish he didn't do it. But anyways, yeah, Jamani, and the biggest takeaway I got from Jamani was how well he played with Percy. Him in the backcourt,
Percy were
pressuring everybody was, I loved it. Two lefties, and they worked really well together, and he killed AI. If he didn't get the cramp with 6 minutes left, Jamani had to sit out the last 6 minutes. For those that don't know,
Exactly.
because Jamani got 3 steals in a row, 2 buckets, and steals, and we had the momentum. But then he had to sit the rest of the game because of cramps, and which sucked. But Jamani, you're from the East Coast. There's a lot of great history basketball-wise on the East Coast, And like, you know, from Marbury to Telfair to a bunch of guys that didn't even make the NBA, but that were killers.
Yeah.
You know, like Headache and a bunch of And1 guys, Skip to My Lou. Who are your favorite 3 guys from back east?
From back east, I'm gonna have to say one kid from Jersey, Kyrie Irving. Isaiah Briscoe, I really liked as a high schooler. When I was in high school, he was one of my favorite players. And who else can I say from the east? Starberry for sure. Got to be Coney Island Starberry. So tough.
I actually watched that documentary, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I've seen it too.
Make sure you check that out. All right, Gilbert, you got to leave soon, so go ahead.
All right, man. I want to thank Jamani for coming on the show.
For sure, man.
I want to ask you, it's going to be, what's your all-time favorite basketball movie?
Oh.
Ooh.
That's usually your question. You failed today.
He's got game. Jesus Shuttlesworth, man.
Oh, nice.
Love Jesus, for sure.
Did you know, I think Kobe, I think Spike Lee asked Kobe to be in that role too, but I don't know what happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
I think he might have declined.
Yeah,
maybe.
All right,
Sounds
so
like
talking
Kobe.
basketball movies, we got to ask him the question we always ask everybody. Space Jam 2. Gonna watch it, not gonna watch it, not excited, what?
What do you think about it?
I don't know if I'm excited, but I'm definitely going to watch it. Am I going to be very critical? Yes. Yes,
Me, you,
but
bro.
I'm definitely ready.
Okay.
What happened?
No, me too, bro. I like the first spot.
Yeah, exactly. The first one is iconic.
Yeah, well, we have the argument that it should have been Kobe for the second one. So we're going to leave it at that.
It should have been Kobe.
We'll leave it at that. So speaking of Kobe, let's go to Doc. Go ahead, best friend Doc. Go for it. Close us out.
So I know, like, I just made like a face and everything about Space Jam 2, and I seen like in the comment that I made about LeBron earlier, LeBron's cool. I like him. He's
but
I'm so faithful. I'm so loyal. Kobe. Just, you know, when I was little, it'd be like the red crayon, the blue crayon, and the pink crayon. And I thought the blue crayon and the pink crayon were supposed to be together, so I hated the color red. So it's kind of like that. Anyway, Jamani, what is it that you are doing currently to prepare yourself for the upcoming season?
Right now, I'm just training day in and day out every morning. Go for a run. I really need to drink more water so I don't get any more cramps, like the game and the tournament. But you know, I'm trying to work on that as well. But you know, just working on my game every day. And I'm a guy that believes in, you know, visualizing your game and, you know, defenders and your teammates and everything going on. So I'm a guy that, you know, practices mentally as well as physically.
See, now you got that video highlight of me that you could visualize.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna use that.
Gonna use that as resources.
I have a highlight reel. Thank you.
It does.
All right, Doc, send it to me and I'll make you one too.
Oh, and now you got to do it.
So I'm gonna give you a little extra little tip of your favorite player, AI.
Mm-hmm.
What other sport did he play really, really well that he thought he was gonna go pro?
Ooh, got him.
I think I know that.
Football.
Yes, exactly. So
Come on, Doc, that's an easy question.
Yes, it's just I'm leading to something. Thank you, George.
Didn't you miss Doc, George? You've been waiting for this, haven't you?
Yes,
George
I have.
he just wants me to roast him. It's like he's like, you're having withdrawals from me roasting him.
That ain't true, but go ahead, Doc.
So, biomechanics wise, what can you, like, let's analyze the body of a football player and let's analyze the body of a basketball player. What are like the stark differences that you notice about a football player versus a basketball player?
Physique, honestly, size. Football players are a lot bigger. I wouldn't say as flexible as a basketball player. Also, their legs are a lot more stocky for like power running, as to the opposed the basketball players are more lean for jumping and agility side to side. So those are the main things I would say.
Yeah, so that's actually perfect because that's where I want to focus. So when you look at a football player, you definitely notice the hamstrings, right? The posterior chain, just in general, is a lot more developed than in a basketball player. Basketball players are more long, slender, don't really have big booties or big hamstrings, right? Whereas football players do. And you're laughing, George, but this is important, so pay
No,
attention.
like you said, booties. That's why.
Oh.
Glutes, okay, glutes.
Okay, that's much
Anyway,
better.
I didn't know we were in junior high,
Apparently
but
we are.
anyway, the ACL has a companion that keeps it very strong, and that is the hamstring. Also, the number one like cultural moves of basketball today are like hezzies. Is pretty much the number one cultural move right now, right? It's a hezzy. So when you do a hezzy, you're basically doing like a deadlift. That's like the motion. You're basically doing a deadlift. So it's using a lot of hamstring. So you look at like I don't know if you've ever played with Mario Carter, but the hezzy god, like you've seen him. He's really stocky. He looks like a football player. Even LeBron, like he played football. He's got a stockier kind of body. And then AI, of course, you know, like he had the football body. And you'll notice that to do those moves, that's the body type that's required. So during your off time right now, if you start practicing football type training, you're gonna see your game go to the next level. So that's your free advice and information physiologically today.
Thank you, Doc.
There you go.
You're very welcome.
And she's got your Instagram, so she will check on you.
Yup, she'll
I
hold
know.
you accountable.
You will. But yeah,
She's your head athletic trainer.
she is. Get used to her.
That's
That's right. Cool. So again, you guys, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. Again, it was so awesome to have Doc back. We haven't seen you in a few weeks. It's so awesome to have the smiley, bubbly, yet burning George, because we love that. Doc back. So welcome back. Thank
I'm
you so
just the
much.
same guy.
Yeah, you know you missed her. Thank you so much, Jamani,
Yes,
for
I'm not gonna lie.
hooking up with us all the way from the other side of the country. We'd like some of that cold weather if you could send it, please. But thank you so much, brother. When I saw you at the tournament, I knew that we talked, and I was like, yeah, I was Zoom guy. I was like, dude, I'm there. So thank you so much for being loyal to your word. Appreciate it so much. I can't wait to see you in the Orca Black and Blues, bro. It's gonna be awesome.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely. We'll bring you on again sometime for sure. On behalf of myself, Dubl Drbl, Ricky Rodriguez, conspicuous by his absence. Gilbert had to go do family stuff. Don't know where Ferran is. I know we're wearing our Lakers stuff. We probably scared him away, so he didn't show up.
You knew it wasn't gonna be on.
You know that's what happened. We got the coach, we got George, and of course we got Doc Shireen back, which makes it so much more better. Thank you guys so much. Episode 22, the Hidden Gem, hashtag Hidden Gem for Jamani Spencer. Let's get that going. You guys are going to love what you see out in Oxnard. Thank you so much, you guys out there. Be safe, have fun, and wear a mask. Go Orcas.
Yeah, go work.